Hey everybody, welcome to Quarantine Cup number 9. This week I'm joined by Lemonspawn,
Hey,
who won number 7 a couple weeks ago. And we're going to start here with Watano and E Honda. And the clock has just started, so we'll see what kind of board we get once they hit play.
I do not see this table for some.
May need a refresh. I think there was possibly a server
Okay, yeah.
restart.
Then.
Yeah, I don't know if this notification is new. And again, like I said, I'm not sure who's. It may be on my side.
Okay. Yeah, there's a big notifications thing.
Yeah, I see that now. I just turned them off. Hopefully that doesn't.
Yeah, I'm turning them off. Making a sound every time I turn one of these. But now they're all off. They're all off.
That's good.
That was terrible.
All right. So they've got Wharf Pixie stuff. Someone had the 5-2. Honda had the 5-2. But it was with the goat, so he didn't trash. So not quite as bad as it could be otherwise. Though I guess you get the clean shuffle this way if you play the Wharf turn 4.
To decide when to add torturers on this board, I would think.
Yeah.
They're not nearly as good as they would be.
Right, because you can take one curse a turn pretty easily, I would think. At least it wouldn't be a huge deal. And so if you're able to... Yeah, with the Wharves... Yeah, it's not clear to me, actually, when or if. There are a few different counters here. But just... they're still good in the deck, so, you know.
Like, in general, the whole, like, Wharf-Smithy combination, if you've got plenty of actions, which you're going to here, like, I do think there's a point where adding a Smithy is better than adding a Wharf when you already have a certain number of Wharfs.
Yeah, I definitely agree. So, right, you might want it already, and then the attack, of course, is still...
I mean, the attack's more annoying early. Yeah. Wharf is also just really helpful. It's hard to pass on a Wharf.
So Honda has put in a torture. I guess he doesn't have a coin. No one has coins. Which I guess I understand, though it's pretty easy to pick one up. I guess it just never wanted one over Hamlet or Pixie so far.
I'm not a huge Hamlet fan on this board.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. If you're going to have a loose 2, I think Pixie and coin look nicer. I agree.
Kind of a Hamlet hater in general.
Yeah. I mean,
it's not the best source of a plus action or plus buy, it's neither on this board.
Yeah. Right. If there weren't other 2s, though, you could still see it happening just because you'll have buys and lose cash at some point.
But pixies are good, and I think if it's like you feel like you need another village, the coin is pretty nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not sure if the can't tell how fast this is gonna pile, how quickly if that means we would have time to see like giants or something.
Yeah, not sure. The Wharfs and the Pixies, of course, might empty, but I don't know. Nothing else looks... Maybe the Minstrels. But there's like enough... There's like so much drawn... Yeah, curses potentially. There's like so much drawn village that it can kind of get spread around without, a specific pile getting drained super fast, depending on just what they choose to buy. but I am fairly, I guess the
Pixies are so high.
yeah, I'm a little surprised no one, they don't just have like a coin for emergencies, but I guess with wars it's not as important.
My dishwasher's on. I hope that's not trouble.
I'm not hearing it myself, so I think it's probably okay. Once we
My home office, just my kitchen table.
once we got over those Discord notifications, then it got quiet.
Yeah, that was great.
There's like a choir.
Quiet.
It's like a concert of beeps and boobs. Um, Wano has a lot of hamlets.
I do think at some point I want to add, when I'm wanting to add payload, I do think that a pair of giants is probably going to be a part of that. I don't know. It might be just that might be just less effective than adding gold.
Yeah.
Because of the extra villages you have to get.
Yeah, you'd have to see where your actions situation's at, but
you can get things like a coin or hamlet, whatever. You can pick up more villages pretty cheap.
Yep. Yeah, it may mean right. If you have like $7, like giant plus a village.
Watno has like a ton of draw now, right? Because he just got 2 torturers. Is that right? I think he thinks cursing is the best payload. That's heavier on the tortures than I would have thought was going to happen.
And this is just huge overdraw here.
I missed whatever you just said. Did you say huge overdraw?
Yeah.
Your sound, I don't know whether it's just me. Your sound is kind of patchy right now.
Is anybody else having that problem from me?
Okay, so it's just
like,
maybe.
Like sometimes I have my little voice connected thing has like yellow or red, but right now it's green. So I don't.
It's better now.
I oftentimes not really aware of it because most matches I'm not paying that much attention to Discord.
Okay, adding a 4th torturer and a village there seems like kind of a letdown. What Watno just added to the deck there.
Yeah, I like Wandering Winter says you could even buy coppers. I mean, you were overdrawing deck and you added more draw, so
a lot. I mean, I would have at least wanted to add some kind of money to my deck on that turn. So spreadsheet. Okay, no, now I am seeing it update. Okay, good.
Yeah. The spreadsheet is
Looks
always
like
a little
no, but it's going in my I'm actually seeing it in my OBS.
Okay, good.
No, and it looks like Emo and Ravenshard got wins. Xerix and Sycomatic got losses.
Yep.
2 minor upsets.
Yep.
It looks like Ravenshard beat Sycomatic and Amoffat beat Xerix. Well, Honda must be. I'm not actually paying as close of attention to this game as I should be. Honda must be taking a decent amount of curses. It's 5 in the trash, though.
Yeah.
Guess we're getting
I
close to
guess
over
the
here.
states are all gone, so the curses we can see where everything is. It's 2-3 split. Uh, Honda has 3, One has 2.
So I think that's pretty much proof that Watno like overdid it on the torturers.
Sure. Yeah, I mean he should actually definitely really ramp up economy in whatever way. I mean he's overdrawing by like
That sweet
just
overdraw
so
for
much,
Hamlet discard.
just so much. Um, Double giant
Okay, please.
maybe. Does he have the He probably doesn't have the village to support that.
He does because he doesn't have to play all those torturers.
That's true. That's
I'm
that's
pretty
true.
sure.
He could just
He doesn't have to discard like he was discarding for buys on his Hamlets. Oh.
yeah. He could do one
I mean, like
giant.
I would also consider just like gold, I don't know, gold and a couple of pixies or something.
Yeah. Seas or Mountain's Gift would be really great.
Yeah,
I don't know if that's already gone.
Mountain's Gift would be good. Earth would also be good.
Mm-hmm.
The money ones would be good. He goes for a pair of giants. Okay, so I think he's planning on doing exactly that thing of not playing all his torturers. Brian's playing. That's okay. So Honda got a province. Hopefully good. See if the giants actually do any damage. I feel like a giant trash doesn't even necessarily hurt that bad right now.
Yeah. He's still like max taking buys. It's just like, I mean, I guess it's fine if you actually can play all your actions, but I guess it doesn't matter.
I guess he's going to get to all of it.
It's just like funny. Like he's obviously not going to use 6
No,
buys
he
or
over
8
discarded
buys.
there.
No,
No, okay,
he was still fine, but I mean, I'd take almost any hit with giant is like something.
the silver. That's good. Okay, this is probably double province.
Yeah.
Did he horsed some torturers, didn't he?
Oh, I wasn't watching. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that's what he did. That made sense as part of that plan. But that also, I mean, well, didn't have to discard so much.
Yeah, I mean, well, it didn't. I guess it didn't matter. The discard ended up. It was just like extra clicking for him, but it was like clearly not going to help him either. He wasn't going to use the 8 buys at least that time. It's also anti-quarantine cup strategy in general.
So he stopped with the giant attack. He stopped Honda from hitting.
Double.
Cool.
It's nice. Yeah, and even if Honda gets like a gold here, Honda would have to buy coppers to like threaten enough to, or I guess gold's already enough. like Wano can't double now.
What do you mean? I mean, it's possible.
No, I mean he can't. I mean he'll lose if
We
he
can't
does it.
safely double. Yeah.
I think. I mean, I think Honda can draw through with Way of the Horse and win if he doubles. So it depends on what the Giants do, of course. But if the decks stay the same, he can't do it. Also, Honda only has exactly two. He has exact money at this point, I think. So, like, if he hits any money, it messes it up. Wharf
Got a Wharf. Not the
Wharf
worst thing.
doesn't make double province safe though. The Wharf hit because Honda can trash a curse. He can buy double province estate. He just plays his things as horses, and he'll draw super easy and win. I think he has exactly 18.
That is correct.
Yeah.
That was a misplay there.
Yeah. And he didn't have to do that either. Like, he could have singled and got whatever. He had more chances to, mess with his opponent than in the longer game than Honda did to mess with him.
I think Steph and Dan might have just started.
All right.
Let's see. They're on turn 4.
All right. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Bounty hunter. Dan got a pretty big doctor. Okay.
I see. So with the 5, well, wait. Okay, it was 2-5. The 5-2 would have been better.
Yeah, he got his big doctor off the den that he went for on the 2. He on turn 3. So.
It's a pretty good thing to play for, I think.
I guess here they don't have any villages.
Yeah, so dens are pretty important. I would think.
Yeah. Dens look very good, and then I don't know what you do with your terminal if you do a bridge or a core tier.
It doesn't have to be terminal, but yeah.
Yeah. Right. With 2 type, I guess there's only 2, right? 2 is the max.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would.
With 2, it looks a lot like gold, I guess, if it's not terminal. Well, I mean, gold gaining is okay.
The gold looks pretty good. I guess maybe this doesn't sound like the thing that I would try to do, but you could like a gold and ship it.
Yeah, I don't
think I would probably.
I think it's too much work here. I mean, you wouldn't even necessarily be able to like.
No, you'd be like trashing the gold you gained last turn, which is pretty sad. To the cards in your hand. And you could potentially, if you were really thin, at that point, we're kind of like, aren't you just trying to do some sort of golden deck, which I guess is something you could try to do here, but probably just try to buy provinces here.
Yeah. I mean, it'll already look like sort of golden just because you can exile the provinces. So the
bounty hunter just kind of
the deck that gets provinces can already stay pretty clean while it greens. So it doesn't give the bishop approach much, or doesn't really leave the bishop approach with much advantage.
Amo is leading the games played with 2. It's the 2.
He must have lost his second one though. So I don't see him in the top 8.
My thing, I can see the top. I don't know, more than the number of players that have played a game.
Gotcha. Yeah, I just do 2 little sections of 4.
Yeah, not super inspiring boards. At least first 2. They're fine.
I think the first one was pretty well. I mean, the interesting thing in the first one was like, when do you get payload and stuff, which didn't.
That's like a pretty fundamental Dominion spell, but it's not that easy.
Yeah.
Be excited that Dan has decided to come back to Dominion League next season.
That's cool.
You're gonna have 700 some people in Dominion League.
That's wild. Yeah, it's hard for you guys because like to ideally meet the idea of having like close competitive divisions or whatever. You need to essentially restructure the league to whatever the population looks like that season, but you can't. You just can't do that every season because then it messes up the whole promotion demotion concept. So
Dan is successfully gaining and playing gold.
All right, with his vagrant. It's nice, nice term for Dan.
Dan's looking pretty good.
So Dan,
big doctor. That's got to be better than whatever Steph was able to do at the start. Even though opening Bounty Hunter is never be a bad open, but
yeah. Steph has, I guess, more of the dens, so that's his. What's going for him right now?
Yeah, but I mean, then is as good as having those dens.
Yeah.
Dan is favored here. Not sure what that card is. Maybe it was a copper. Does he still have a copper? The last card's a copper.
Double province. That's crazy. So Dan won't ever have that much money again, but I guess it's not impossible he could because he still has bounty hunters or dens he can exile. That's a nice thing on this board for last turn, is you can toss your dens.
Bounty Hunter is an incredible card.
Yep. Yeah, this looks totally hopeless for Steph, I think, at this point.
Touchy here.
How much does Dan have this turn?
And didn't find his other den. He bottom decked it, which is a bit sad.
I wonder if he can double again, right? Yeah, he can double again.
That sounds like a good. Sounds safe.
And still play the den.
All right, we got PPPPP versus Killer started. Watch that.
Well, I got juked out by the tables list. Tried to click on that table and a new entry above it appeared and popped it down right as I clicked. All right. Yeah, this will be a nice board for Leprechaun. Ironworks Steward looks like a pretty good opening to me.
We got people with 1-2-0 so far. Dan is pretty much always going to be a threat to do well in these things. Like an Ironworks on this board.
Oof, they both have money litter, which I don't like.
Would have opened Ironworks.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
And I'm still pretty much every turn thinking I want an Ironworks if I don't already have one. Would not think about Steward. I would not think about opening anything that's not Ironworks here. Ironworks just is like the best card on the board. It looks like there's just like so many good things to add to your deck. Caravans, minstrels, whatever.
So we're getting into that messenger stuff. Yeah, I mean you can try to trash fast. I mean I don't mind like getting trashers earlier and then getting an Ironworks. No, the province looks really bad to me.
Yeah, this feels like kind of like a battlefield reaction thing, maybe.
Yeah. I don't know. It's like no, I'm not a fan of the play so far.
Ironworks has been completely skipped so far.
PvP can still be okay though if he gets one. Like holding this having your deck hand is not too good.
It's a gold. Okay, so we kind of see what Kilohertz is doing.
It's just like pretty easy to activate leprechauns here.
Yeah, I would have been going for leprechaun
and
stuff.
So like
Minstrel is a very good card for leprechaun.
Yeah, I mean it's like it is pretty easy to get leps here, so I would just for sure be headed that way. Which PvP can still do if he buys an Ironworks this turn quite easily. Just straight to the left. Yeah, that's definitely worse than Ironworks first, but
he'll get it though. I mean, he'll get the wish. He'll probably be able to play the wish.
Yeah. Well, he won't be able to play the wish. He doesn't have enough like. He has to play too many terminals before he can do the leprechaun, but. Still would be really nice to get Ironworks, but
just buys a border guard.
Yeah. You have to worry a little bit about scoring. Just because there's the 8-point provinces, 4 of those is a little scary.
Mm-hmm.
So I would maybe want to try and get into a spot where I could contest that now, but which it looks like he will. So as long as you can get in at this point, it should be fine.
Yeah, $7 for Kilohertz is a good thing to see.
Well, he can draw. There's still gold.
But he doesn't do it.
He doesn't do it.
Doesn't do it, and he doesn't take battlefield points by getting a duchy either.
Yeah. I'm not
That
sure.
was,
I'm not sure Duchy. I'm not sure
oh yeah.
Duchy
I
helps
mean, he
THC
should
that
have known
much.
his. I didn't know what his top card was, but he should have known.
Yeah. Well, I mean, even having once he chose it, I don't having 7. I'm not sure you take the Duchy. That would be. I don't think it works for his deck to have the extra green. He's pretty much got to get the provinces as fast as possible to win here. And even that is looking like it won't be probably fast enough. See double province here. So yeah, you don't end up with any points advantage, and now you just have a worse deck in the same score.
Yeah, I mean, PPP could have dudded here and lost, but I don't think that's not happening.
Yeah, it's just like harder for him to.
Man, that was some clutch sifting too.
He has already had it for a while in hand. He's not employing quarantine cup strat of getting out of there as soon as you have the win.
All right, so we got Moffat has a table. It's A Moffat versus the Loso ruler. Not trying to be the one that chooses every time which game.
No, it's perfect.
Okay.
So I would love to have a game, just ready to go into. That's great. I don't really have any preference for like who is what spectating. My only preference is like not to do the same person through the whole thing. That's literally the only thing I care about. I don't. And towards the end, if it's like possible and it works out to get the like deciding matches, but
these guys are both 2-1 right now, so this is a good one to be watching. I wonder a little bit about Young Witch on this board. Doesn't seem like worst thing. They obviously didn't want to go that route. I mean, you're not going to over Bounty Hunter, so guess that's why it's not purchased. I don't know. I feel like they're like duplicate. I don't know. I think I would have a Young Witch on this.
Yeah, no trashing.
Yeah, you can exile curses.
You can displace them, I guess, but
it's still weak. Like, still, even if it was trashing, like even if displace was the model and Bounty Hunter was Forager or something, it's still like weak enough trashing that cursing is still okay.
If those were those cards, I would not be getting a Young Witch. I don't think. I don't. Not if I feel like I can put the Bane in my deck. I wouldn't be. I wouldn't be going for the Young Witch with actual trash.
I guess the thing is that that if it was Forager instead of Bounty Hunter, then you could like open Young Witch because also you're gonna get for 4.
I probably would just pass on it and take a 3 or a 2 or something. I just don't think I would buy it. But
there it goes.
But Witch. There's one. Yeah, I think like in general, sometimes the $4 cursors look a lot nicer if you can insert them. And I'm not saying if you can insert them in the middle of the game. Oh man, my voice thing is looking terrible.
Yeah. I mean, I sure hate opening Sea Hag, and I really hate when it is correct to open Sea Hag, which happened, I think I played against Steph recently where he opened Sea Hag, and I was like, what? And it turned out to be great. I just lost. Maybe wondering when Dirk was watching that game.
Trackers.
Here comes a curse.
Oh yeah. Tracker's really nice
Tracker is what?
here.
Yeah,
Sorry,
Tracker's a good card.
sorry I'm breaking up. I just don't. I don't know what I can do about it.
Can you tell that you're breaking up a little bit?
No, no. I mean, I can't tell accepting that there's this voice connected thing that is going to red sometimes. I guess
Yeah.
it's some sort of connection ping or something.
This is a pretty nice board. Oh, have they popped Tragic Heroes? One has been popped for Platinum. Moffat will get another city quarter here, I think. Be able to top deck it. That's not what he does. Just buys nothing. It's interesting. Okay, here Poe gets to block. I don't think he needs more havens. Maybe. I guess Apo looking a little better than Amo right now.
Yeah, I haven't been paying the best attention to this one.
Soon he's going to be doing displace back and forth with colonies and platinums. This place is so nice. Gets 2 Tragic Heroes. Okay, yeah, he gets the city quarter too. Yeah, this feels pretty good.
He's really all in on the Tragic Heroes. I don't know if he needed 3 of them.
It's fine. Still pretty ahead.
The other risk is like a pile out. I don't know if we're close anywhere. Probably not.
I think you want a second displace. You want to fit that into your deck on this board.
I don't think that's the terminal I'm playing.
And Mick's breaking up a little bit. I think he's saying that's the terminal he wants is displace.
I'm not gonna play the. What I'm saying, I'm not gonna play the Young Witch. There. I don't know.
Yeah, sometimes I see your flash like you're talking, but then I just don't hear anything.
This will probably do nothing, but I'm gonna try and reconnect to it. Can you hear me right now?
Yeah, I mean, it was a little breaking up, but you said it'll probably do nothing, but you're gonna yeah, I assume you mean you're like gonna restart your computer or something.
No, I just left the voice channel and came back.
Oh yeah, that didn't do that much. Are other people hearing Mick just fine? I guess it could be me. Are people having any trouble hearing me? I'm having more trouble hearing Mick than other people. I think I can try leaving it back too. I don't know that does anything.
You're in.
In what?
You're in the Midwest, right? There are. You can't even hear me.
You said I'm in something, and then okay, looks like this game's over.
I'm just gonna type.
Uh, uh, we could. Looks like Dan is. We could watch Dan again. I don't see anything else that's just now starting. That. So I don't know.
That sounds.
I guess I'm gonna jump into Dan's game. It's Dan and E Honda. That's okay. So we already watched both of these guys, but
that's fine.
Oof. I guess you might open Sauna here. Okay, so like just now, did people in the chat, did they hear Mick say anything? No? Okay. I didn't hear either, but I just saw a flash of the thing. Yeah, I'm just not hearing Mick at all. Oh.
I just don't know what it does.
I don't know either.
Wow.
Is that's like a server wide setting?
Yeah, it's like a server wide setting. I don't know that. I mean, I don't think it probably matters much unless for voice it might matter. Whatever, I'll do it.
I don't know a lot of what you just said. I heard like 80% of it, which is an improvement over.
All right. Hi. I changed it. So.
You just now changed?
Yeah, just now changed it.
Okay, it seems like better now.
I can hear you better as well. I mean, you weren't dropping. Okay. You weren't dropping for me, but it was like, it's like better now for sure.
Okay. I wonder about Sonavanto here. The storytellers look pretty good. Is Sauna the only village? That's always an unfortunate reality to be living in.
Oh, it's fine. Yeah, I think you have to do it partly because the village. I
just despise the games where like someone just hammers the sauna pile and then it ends up being right, because the game lasts long enough to where being the only one that has usable villages matters. It's just like that's a pretty annoying thing about sauna sometimes. I usually try to not be the one who's slamming the saunas. I think I'm with Wandering Winder that I would have opened with it on this board. Reap is kind of cool with Storyteller. So
I changed some other setting as well. That was just for me personally, that the internet said might help. So hopefully we'll be okay.
Okay. So I guess if Dan is planning to play without Sauna, I mean, I could see it because it does take a while which, well, it's only turn 8 and the Sauna pile is empty.
What's difficult to me is trying to ignore Sauna. I mean, like, you can ignore Sauna like pretty often, but if
your
there
one terminal is
but when you don't have another
later displace, I guess.
When you don't have another village, it's hard. Because like Dan can't take Avantos to like contest them.
I mean, he can because he can displace them, like if he really wants to do that.
I guess, but
his terminal is a dismantle right now, and I think at some point it's going to switch to being a displace. He's got both of them already. John says something about rats. Well, yeah, it sure is sad. You sure do wish that displace was replace if you're playing with rats. Oh, interesting. Dan wants to do single province, which I guess sort of makes sense with the displace. I thought he would build longer before he greened. The province is a good target for displace.
He probably, right, it's already, a reasonable displace target. Probably part of it is wanting to maybe put some pressure on Honda.
Yeah, it makes sense because then he can replace it into market or displace it into market. As he sort of ramps up his economy, and it's maybe he was going to buy something there, right? I guess the thing is, if you had bought something better than exiling it, then you can get it back sooner and have more. Yeah, so I mean, the province is still like slowing down your economy. It's just not as bad as it would be. Place.
John truly wants rats. I'm not so sure about that, but
I mean, it's not terrible.
It's probably okay. It's probably okay.
Oh, I mean, okay, rats are a pretty good displaced, a dismantle topic, target. That's the word. Especially when you're the one that has villages. I mean, Dan does want this game to be as fast as possible since he's not winning the long game against the person who has villages.
Yep.
Okay, so he's on the single province train. There's a bad turn for Honda.
Yeah, Honda still doesn't. I think if he can't get this together fast enough, John's the game is just over. Like, I think Dan has just emptied the provinces. I don't think Ritual is gonna.
It's gonna be pretty easy for Dan to just keep provincing. He can dud.
I guess I wouldn't expect Ritual to be much better than Duchies, but maybe.
It's not hard to dud. Dismiss a Storyteller, yeah, but okay, he might dud once. Okay, now he gets the market.
His duds are gonna look probably.
When did Dan get a market?
I don't know.
I missed that. He's had it for a while, maybe. Yeah. He's had it. He just wasn't taking advantage of it and still really isn't.
I mean, he's pretty far from having 3 things he wants to ritual, Johns, as far as I can tell, just looking at his deck. He still doesn't have that much good stuff. I mean, yeah, I mean, if he had followed your plan and gotten the rats, maybe.
He can get one now.
He didn't get it.
Cancel.
Just a minute.
Right here. In a bed. Johns. That's harsh.
I feel that way all the time when I watch Dominion. I mean, I feel that way about myself sometimes a second after I've done something.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny that he got the Silver X. Okay, that makes sense.
I have a lot of games where I feel like I should lose, but I'm still happier if I end up winning.
And that first game yesterday, I don't know if I'm happier having won it.
Oh, the Villa thing?
Yeah.
It happens to everyone.
Yeah. No, the thing that was awful is just that I was looking for it. Like I was thinking about it, and I just literally just didn't see the dollar or see that they cost $1. It was the worst. I would rather like not be just not notice the interaction or something than to be thinking about it and not see it.
Yeah.
So now I assume a gold will go to province. Honda's turn looks real sad unless
He's going to do a state into something because he can buy a province. I agree with Wandering Winder.
Yeah, he has $1. Estate into rats.
just for Johns. I mean, just do a state into Wishing Well or something, or silver.
Probably silver is a little better. I would think.
Yeah.
I don't know how many. He has 3 storytellers, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would think silver's a little nicer even on draw. Maybe it's not, though. Well, Honda found the saunas. Now Honda can like go back and forth between Duchy and Tunnel is kind of a cute thing.
Yeah. The thing with Wishing Well over silver is that like you pretty much need to make sure you find a storyteller every turn, and silver doesn't really help making sure that happens.
Yeah. I'd feel better about Dan's chances if he had any of the other remodel variants so that he could actually mill. But
yeah.
Not being able to mill is not great for Dan's approach here.
Reap is interesting. I don't think we've seen Reap here, but it's definitely like pretty good with storyteller, I would think.
Mm-hmm.
No one has bought a Reap.
There's really no reason for Honda to ever touch the provinces. Unless he's winning, of course.
Oh, did you see that? So that was exactly what happened for Dan. He wished for storyteller and found it and had a turn result.
There you
It's like he's having quite a good turn. I mean, the best would have been to like bottom deck a storyteller or something.
At least he has his most memorable card on the bottom.
Yeah. Wait, what?
It didn't matter.
He's
I think he just really wanted to play the other Wishing Well. I guess.
That's really weird because I would have like thought about, do I want to displace this Wishing Well? Like at least thought about it.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's gonna be worse than displacing a province, right? No matter what.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's true.
Johnson's point. No, that I can understand.
Yeah. I will say I really like Displace a lot. I think it's a fun card. I feel like I like in the abstract appreciate all of the cool things you can do with it, but like my brain still hasn't like figured out how to intuitively play with Displace. It's just like weirdly different. What do you do with your four? Johns has a suggestion.
Ooh, how do you wish to get out of this here? Now you don't wish something. What do you wish? What are his stoppish cards? I guess it is a
Green card, yeah.
Just didn't know. I guess he had enough of the treasure in hand. It was likely to be that. Does he have any duchies in deck? There's one.
Apparently.
There's one. So it makes sense. He would need some other thing. Ivano might have actually been the wish to make, though. There might have been two of them left. I think
he had two Avantos in hand.
Oh, already? Before he played the first one?
I think so.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, you basically just want to... If you have two non-sauna things at that point, you want to wish for whatever that is. But again, I don't know what the deck state was at the time of the wish now.
Ooh. Sycomatic is tied for the lead of games played with 6 and is also in third place for all.
Wow,
6 is a lot.
Yeah.
Have you tried the Blitz timer thing?
No, I haven't yet.
I've been playing some Blitz games at 15 seconds a turn plus 1.5 second freeze per decision. Mm-hmm. And that is really fast. It's super hard.
I need to try it out because I would like to run a tournament that's not this format where everything's just kind of random or random number of games, but something timed in a day.
For some boards, that time control feels like a suitable Blitz thing, but like one of the ones I rolled against Kaplane was just this super messy board with like Madman and Way of the Butterfly, like crazy weird like tricks that you need to do, whatever. And it was just like we were underplaying it because of the Blitz factor by like we could have done like 10 times more, and it's just like really sad. So like you got to figure out a timer that like still allows you to get some fun out of boards that have cool stuff.
I don't want to use the timer for like Blitz. I just want the timer to make some kind of sort of an upper bound on how long the game is likely to last. Not even that people need to really play fast. You just wouldn't be able to sit and think for 5 minutes. You wouldn't be able to have the make resign button come up.
I mean, like I think making it a little bit blitzy for a kind of like a live 1 day tournament is
Yeah,
pretty good.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. It all depends on how you want to schedule stuff, how long you want rounds to last, and things like that.
I mean, the things that we've been playing with it, this time control, like you get 4 games done in 30 minutes, and that's faster than it needs to be.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah. Um, it would be good to do because it would be good to do if you do like a Swiss kind of style,
mhm.
um, and then into some sort of playoff. You want to be able to have 5 or so rounds of Swiss and then a top cut of 4 or something like that. Um,
Is Dan pretty much won here? Do we? I mean,
uh, well, depends on how he does on his next turn, I guess.
yeah.
I don't think Honda can get a win now. Um,
Oh, but he can score a lot of points.
I'm not convinced that Ritual is the fastest way to get alt VP kind of stuff here compared to just gaining duchies and tunnels.
You know what happens to me with Ritual is my brain tells me that it costs 0. I
Yeah.
don't know why. I like missed a win one time because my brain was telling me that Ritual costs 0, and I thought I was going to get a win using Ritual. Pretty sad.
You also you can get golds off your tunnels,
Mm-hmm.
which I don't think I've ever had a board where you get to do that. But you could reasonably do it here. I don't know if you would ever do it, but what?
Went off your exile mat.
Yeah, when you bring them off the exile mat. I don't know that you would ever actually want to do that, but it doesn't seem impossible.
Oh, I could definitely see Honda's deck having been able to do that. This is a pretty interesting matchup of decks, a different strat, non-mirror kind of thing.
The Sauna's trashing definitely makes the Ritual look pretty nice. The Ritual stuff. But like here, yeah, he can't really afford 2 of them very easily. And have the cards to trash, I guess. I guess you do. Do you ritual one of the? Do you ritual the storyteller? Or you just buy a duchy?
Double rituals. I mean, I think it's pretty good.
I just don't know if it's better than just like buying a duchy.
Okay, so this is over.
And not losing the storyteller. But anyway, it didn't matter. Okay.
Looks like Not Too Bad. We haven't watched Not Too Bad yet.
Okay.
Can't click on it.
They have an Alm Cemetery board.
Wait. Yeah. I guess you might get a skulk. Help get back up.
I'm not sure how to build from here.
I'm not either. It's one of these.
But Skulk certainly looks reasonable to me.
You could not do Cursed Village, even though like there's a lot of stuff here that synergizes with Cursed Village. You can also just like draw with Wild Hunt, and that's probably better because charms are really nice.
Or minion. You can just cycle minion. But yeah, if the charms are pretty nice. Well, the charms aren't that nice, right? Because That
Charms are always nice because you can gain Wild Hunt charm.
that's true. That's
Yeah,
true.
there only has to be one good 5 charm to be good, right?
That's
You can
true.
always just get more
Yeah,
charms.
yeah. Yeah, it's still good in that case. It just is not bonkers, maybe. But yeah,
I'm
you
like a I'm a major charm stan.
yeah, it's a nice card. It's a really neat card. Yeah, so the leaderboard right now looks like EH 1414 at 20 and Syrian Spirit 20, both 4-0. Sammy 15 with 3-0. And then we got a bunch
It's
of
still pretty
mixed
wide open.
result people.
It's still pretty wide open up there.
Yep.
A lot of people that have a shot to
Oh,
get
yeah,
up there.
definitely. I mean, they're still not even quite halfway.
Crash is a skull. That's not too bad. Though, I mean, I gotta say that the on play of Skulk is underrated. Like playing a bunch of Skulks sometimes
I
it's
don't know
like
if it's underrated, but the only time I get to do that is when I'm trying to beat up Lord Raddington. I feel like so Tracer.
yeah, like the Ranger pair Racer. This build. Well, I'm not necessarily saying that should have already had a second Ranger, but being a Ranger pair and then probably going into Wild Hunts was pretty good.
Yeah, I mean he's not gonna have. Well, does he have a? Okay, never mind. He'll probably get a charm this turn. Or I guess charm and something.
Charm in a village, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, he looks pretty far ahead. I
He's
mean,
got
this hand will get tossed, but the next hand has a Ranger too, so he still draws it all. He only would have been sad if both of these had the Ranger. And I guess not too bad is not going to toss anyway, probably. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason. Well, yeah, of course there was a
I
reason.
mean, yeah, he could hit, but
This is a pretty annoying one.
this time the attack doesn't do anything, but um,
Envious doesn't do anything.
no, I meant the minion discard.
Oh yeah. Well, the Envious doesn't hurt. I mean, that's like another village Tracer would have bought, probably. I assume this is going to be Charm Wild Hunt. He would have liked to have bought a village here.
Yeah, it's not critical on this, but yeah, it would have been good for sure.
Well, actually, I mean, if the ghost hits the village, it's pretty sad. It's probably going to happen at some
That's
point.
true. And you're not wrong, Johns. You can do that here and get away with it just fine.
It took me a little while to realize that Ranger is really good. It's really good. I mean, you probably just play these Rangers, um, and then think about whether you need the buys.
Right, it doesn't cost anything to play them.
I guess there's not really a situation where.
Yeah, I mean, either way. Curse Village. Okay.
It's a village. It's a village that's pretty nice sometimes. I mean, yeah, like that one curse village, especially if you like start your hand with like fishing village, curse village.
Yeah, but you also need to have not like ghosted
Draw.
a draw card.
You did, you're probably fine anyway, so whatever.
Yeah. It's not clear. I mean, there are some other downsides to taking the Cursed Village compared to a fishing village. It has upsides too, of course. So it's not clear to me that you want it, but it's probably fine.
Guys are probably gonna get multiple charms his next turn. Would be like getting as many charms as possible.
It's like if you're the person sitting here playing Wild Hunt totally uncontested, it's just like you just can't lose. They can't score the way you can, and
there could be a resign coming.
The minions are getting pretty. Yeah, you're totally right about the sort of the basic synergy here. He just gets so much more payload out of playing the terminal draw with the charms than anything you do with minions. I don't even know why Tracer took a minion, to be honest.
It's points. It's like a harem. It's like a harem that I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess saying it's like a harem is not exactly justification for why someone should get it.
Why someone should buy it. Yeah. You know, harem, that incredible powerhouse. People probably would play better with Obelisk if it wasn't printed under which card it was. It's like,
it's funny.
Like overall, like sometimes you need to know, but maybe like after like turn like 8 or something, they can reveal what card was the Obelisk card. Tracer really wanted those points.
He's still uncontested on the Wild Hunt.
When you get to take your first Wild Hunt for 10 or 12 or whatever.
It's fine. Yeah.
Maybe he might want to buy a fishing village.
Truffles was in the cube and that she was going to play, and then now she's in the spectators.
I guess, I mean, you can do both. If you're not making the table, if you're just going to wait for someone to at you or something, I guess. How many charms does Tracer have?
Large number. Hey, he used the minion.
6. So probably win here. Can empty minions and Wild Hunt pretty easily. Oh no, you can't open empty. Well, yeah, you still can. No, he can still do it just because he has so many charms. Yeah, that looks like a pretty clear, better choice on the direction of the deck. Amo might have.
I'll just start playing.
Yeah, I got into Amo Chromeridium.
Amo is doing pretty good, 4-2.
Yep.
Okay. You have Age, which you probably need because of Warrior. It's kind of annoying, but sometimes the only reason it feels like you really need Champion is because of Warrior. It's just like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that doesn't happen too often, but
I feel like it might be the case here.
Yeah, there's a lot of 3/4s in the deck.
It just doesn't seem that hard. It doesn't seem that hard to have a deck that's playing like 3 or 4 warriors if like that's what you saw your opponent skipping page.
Yeah. I mean, I guess here it's just moving up the line is pretty okay anyway. I think. You're not going to hate the treasures, I don't think.
It's like one of those boards where you don't really need the actions.
Yeah. I don't know why Chromeridium has 2 diplomats, but pretty good. It's an Ox thing, I see.
Diplomat is usually kind of cute. Diplomat's a nice card. Meridium finds the warrior at the top. It's probably going to draw something dead. That's okay. Slay is okay here. I would probably go ahead and just.
Yeah, Slay looks nice to me. Does Chromeridium have a sentry, or does Amo have both of them?
It's better than getting another page there. Still have yet to slay a vampire.
Yeah, I haven't either.
Waiting for.
It's kind of hard, isn't it?
I mean, by which I just mean like.
No, I know you mean, or like
you manning it to hand or something.
Yeah, which, but the problem is like you don't have the slays when you're getting the vampires most of the time, right? You're exchanging them later on, but you're not gaining them. It feels like.
Oh yeah. Like I mean, just buying a vampire and putting it in your hand.
Yeah, but that's hard to do if you have a slay, right? Unless it's like. At the point in the game where you have $5 and a slay,
you're usually buying vampire like the very beginning of the game,
and you're buying it off a hand that has silver and 3 coppers, or an equivalent kind of thing. So it's kind of, you could go out of your way to do it if you want to. If JSH puts it on a bingo square, you can make it happen for sure.
I'm a little surprised nobody has touched Hunting Party.
Yeah, they haven't. I guess they probably haven't hit 5 much, really, besides the sentry buys. I don't know about the second sentry over a Hunting Party at that stage is probably a little questionable. But
they did get the Citadel.
But like, yeah, I mean, they didn't buy a gold or anything. They bought Citadels, which I agree with. So I don't know if any other times they had chances to get Hunting Parties, Besides that 1 century for chrome iridium.
Not sure why he kept that silver. Just chose to not trash a silver and then gain 3 silvers.
Yeah, he's gonna. You need
Silver.
buy. I guess you have pouch, but that is, yeah, that's more silver than I want. I would just ox this thing, yeah. Hopefully you can get a workers village on a turn you play your pouch.
I thought maybe we were talking about oxing the champion. That would have been a power move.
Oh yeah.
To just that. There's absolutely no reason to have done that. But this hand looks pretty good. Like this turn was pretty good.
Yeah, he got through it all, no problem. So he does need a workers village, I think.
Use or draw. Didn't he get another traveler at some point? I'm not sure. I like the province.
I'm not sure either, but it could.
Oh, he's got a warrior. So did he just get a hero? Because a hero is all right. The warrior is also pretty good.
With his deck, I would keep the warrior at this point. At the very least, Chrome Radium here will be able to go like Diplomat Slay.
Kilohertz is having a really rough day. 1 and 8. It's better than that. Had one quarantine cup where I won like only 2 or 3 games and played a large number.
Yeah.
Searing Spear 92. I don't even know who that is. They're 5-0.
They've played in a couple. They've been like real close to making the top 4 like 2 weeks or something.
We should watch one of those games.
Like last week, he was real close. I think he played you for the spot. I think he was maybe that was a different person.
I've not played against.
Okay. There was some other newish guy who played you at the end of the time you made it to the champions, I think. And like
Shanahan or
yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
And I should have lost that game too. I remember that was so bad.
It was. Well, he missed the force one, but we weren't very happy with either of you. It made it to the broadcast, but
I don't remember what happened that game. I remember I was really not happy with myself. I can say that.
It was like Merchant Guild stuff, but
oh yeah. Basically, I was the only one who still had draw because the only draw was cavalry, and Searing Spear and Mario. Let's watch that.
Didn't Chrome Iridium still have to get to $16 to win? He didn't have it in hand yet, did he? I would have made him draw it. But that was just me.
Yeah, Searing Spear versus Mario.
Are they just starting? I'm surprised Amo resigned at that point. It wasn't in hand, I don't think. But... All right. Salvager, what do you pair with? Cargo ship? Silver? Enchantress?
Silver. Salvager cargo ship is pretty... I don't know. Pretty great if they don't... It has a pretty high upside. Oh, there's the talk chat thing. I liked that board.
Yeah, it actually did look like a cool board.
Oh God, I got an ambassador. Oh, buckle up.
Yeah, you don't really want to draw an ambassador board in Quarantine Cup.
No, I don't really understand. I mean, frankly, I don't fully understand people who don't have ambassador on their
No,
ban list.
it ambassador is like a top 10 favorite card for sure for me. It's just the best.
It's one of the ones on my ban list that I have thought about moving to the dislike list to just like occasionally play with and like
It's like
the other one. So I did. There was one card on my ban list since the beginning that I just moved off my ban list, and I haven't played with it again since. But that's Black Market.
yeah. No. No. I tend to either be pretty agnostic or love the cards that people hate.
I like a lot of things about Black Market. Just I don't necessarily like cards that make the game take twice as long.
Yeah. I get the game length argument.
Ooh, Fairy
Or that
Rebuild.
the game length
Uh,
argument appeals to me more than any of the other ones.
my money is on is on Mario right now.
Just we'll find out. I just like Ambassador because it's just like so. It's just so much about discipline, of of
Uh,
of doing this thinning war, and also I love the back and forth feeling of it. Like it just makes the two decks feel so connected.
I mean the like the part of the game after the like initial thinning war when like assuming things have sort of gone equitably, both players have a deck. Like that part of the game, Ambassador tends to be kind of an interesting card because like you can punish people for like putting their guard down and you like swamp them when they thought their deck was under control. You can do like fun tricks by returning things to the supply that you weren't expecting.
Yeah, I like the pile control stuff. I love that. But I even like it when someone gets blown out and just has just hands after hands of copper and estates. I mean, I don't like to be on the wrong end of it, but that's why I just work hard to make sure I'm not. And, did someone pass on a free ride?
Here.
Oh, ride's not here. I don't know what ride refers to.
Refers to buying a beggar.
Oh, gotcha. Thank you.
I'm gonna take a free ride. Yeah, you can build a pretty enormous deck here. A courtier vampire apprentice. That's a pretty wicked.
Trove.
Don't even really need Trove with courtier vampire.
That's true.
Like, you can take one. We play him legionaries.
Love to see if he passes on his beggar again. This is like at the bottom here must have several rebuilds too. And maybe not any green. He may just be flipping it into a shuffle that is like super bad. There may be a green card down in here. I don't know, but there was, lucky for him, one green card. This time he got the beggar. Now this is a nice hand for Syrian Spear. Poverty doesn't really matter.
It's something you don't get to ride.
Yeah.
Mario not drawing like a champion. He's not shuffling like a champion, I should say.
It's the most important skill to have.
I think he'll still be fine, though.
That famine was maybe a nice flip. Well, it took one rebuild out anyway. Searing Spear has 2 in this last 5, so this is a really nice turn for him. I think you're right, Johns. I mean, there's some situations, of course, where it could hurt him, but they're kind of weird. Unfortunately, it feels like he's played.
I think you probably get another apprentice and another courtier here.
Yep. How many types does Bat have? Bat just have 2. No, it has 1. Oh, that's funny. The hunting parties were cheaper. Searing Spear could turn the rebuild into a hunting party because it was Element Mario's turn.
Oh.
When it got hit by Locust.
Yeah. It's good that he noticed that.
Well, I mean, yeah. That's what popped up on the screen, right? The plus would have been over.
Oh, yeah.
The only cards on the screen that would have been clickable would have been Beggar and Hunting Party.
I think you probably, as annoying as it is, hold on to a bat here. Because otherwise your parity is off with the vampires.
Your courtiers are... Well, I guess what you actually hold off on is the vampire play.
Vampire play, yeah, because you do want to trash. I only trashed 1 copper with one of those bats. Oh, because he wants to ambassador it still.
Yeah, this is actually looking really rough for Mario, I think. Well, I guess if he can green now, maybe it's okay. Be nice if he had more apprentices, maybe.
This could be enough.
Because, like, here the legionary attack does hurt him, actually.
Sure, only play one of these vamps.
Yeah. You don't want that was weird. That looks super weird to me.
Discard?
Yeah, they're the beggar reactions. The beggar reactions look super weird to me. Like, you just want to keep a hunting party and one of the beggars to play his way the horse.
So he just took the rest of the duchies.
Because, like, all you want to do is try and play rebuilds to do province hits. Otherwise, you're toast. Yeah,
I think Mario at least a turn behind where he could have been with a little bit better shuffles.
Now you can just blow up province and you'll double. That was weird. Oh, he didn't save his other vampires, so he doesn't have the types. Yeah. He doesn't have the tri-type. I guess John says he still can double. Which I believe with Legionary.
He doesn't have the buy.
He can get the buy off Legionary.
Yeah, but then he can't get the action or the money.
Yeah, right now he can't. I meant if he had, like, Apprentice Province. I was just thinking about his deck from the start. Yeah. From right now, yeah, definitely no. Sorry.
I've hit the province probably with the apprentice.
Yeah, I
Assuming.
mean it looks like totally or pretty guaranteed if you do that. So
Province estate, yeah.
yeah, I guess you're not gonna really lose to that ever. You could tie. He could tie here though. I mean, if you're cheering Spirit, you just go for it. Like, well, yeah, yeah. If Mario blows up Province there, looks like he makes it for sure. But anyway,
Was it a tie?
yeah.
I looked away for a second.
May be able to get
Honda.
Honda Mario just started. That seems good.
Of that stockpile.
I don't know who of Mario. They kind of just disappeared, right? So I don't know if Mario. Okay, there they go. Never mind. I was gonna say I wasn't clear who's gonna do the tie. Who's gonna report the tie because Mario just disappeared. But somebody reported it.
I think that was fairly bad luck for Mario to lose. I think that rebuild should probably lose kind of a lot there. The prizes.
I wouldn't like to blame his luck when he had the chance to win.
Yeah.
Just didn't do it.
Should have kept a vampire.
Well, he didn't need that. He just needed to blow up Province.
But keeping the vampire helped his chances to getting the double, whatever.
Yeah. He would have had different. The score would have been a little different. I guess he still could have played the vampire then that turn. It's not totally clear exactly. Things could have played out differently if he doesn't empty duchies. So, but yeah.
Super agree with Wandering Winder about the stockpile. Yeah, I think that the prizes are incredibly good here. The ones that draw. I love City Gate actually, but pile is like one of the best things you can ever spend $3 on. So unusual for stockpile to not look better than stuff.
Honda will hit Province here. If he wants it.
Want it. His behalf. Then this turn he can the stockpiles back in his deck to the shuffle. Unless he doesn't want to do that because he wants to grab the prizes.
Yeah, if you really care about the prizes, you may not do it yet.
In fact, you might get an in if you care about the prizes the most. That would probably be the buy.
It's a nice forge. So he just top decked the tournament. Yeah, I think you're right. If he could top deck tournament, he could buy in.
I would have bought an in there.
Workers Village doesn't look that exciting. Or really exciting at all.
Oh, there's Mario with a tournament and province in hand. I'm probably definitely taking the followers.
Yeah, I think here I agree.
It's really, he's the one who's forging stuff.
Chariot race is a little weird to me.
I would just on a stockpile instead of a chariot race.
Oh, that was a nice city gate. That was a really, really, really nice city gate.
Very clutch. He can get this sweet forge.
Yeah, no, it just did everything.
I mean, regardless, he was going to be able to like solve the terminal collision if that's what he wanted to do. Like put the top deck the followers and just play the forge.
Yeah, right. He could have done it that way. That's not. It's not clear how. He didn't have a great forge in hand though until he played the followers. Until he drew more. So.
It was huge. Yeah.
Honda did it. It's not clear to me that you weren't just putting whatever on top and playing the followers.
Yeah.
That turn, if you don't find that village right then.
Draws the province, feels bad.
I wish he had a fishing village.
I probably want to buy this last stockpile right now, Mario.
His are off the mat, so I don't care too much about that.
Ryan and Kilohertz want to know if they should play again. Kilohertz has already played a lot of people, apparently. 11 people.
I mean, I don't care a whole lot. I mean, we've literally done this 9 times and never had a repeat before, and we have more people this week than we have had in.
There's been like
weeks.
There was one day where I was like waiting for like a little while, but you know, not the worst thing.
Like I definitely, if it gets to a point, like if we had a week where there was only 15 people, you know, and it got to that point, I don't have any problem with people playing again, but I
think they are playing again. You want to watch them?
Sure. they just started. It's fine. Well, they're ways in.
It's only turn 5.
I find joining like turn 5 is like, for me, like the hardest point for me to jump into the games, to try and wrap around what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not like 5 exactly, but past the opening and into the middle, because they're not drawing decks, so you can't just see the whole deck and figure it out. But it's like, this is a spot where I just don't know. Like, I have no idea what these 10 cards are.
Cultist looks good. Being looks good, you know.
The Lost Arts champion going.
Lost Arts on Cultist is going to be good. It's a big village.
Yeah.
That was hey, remember that game, Johns, with the plus action on Cultist, New York. should not have won that game. Was the in-person tournament that we had, the final game, your teacher and cultist. I won that game. I had amazing luck. Alonso was probably the one that deserved to win it. I'm not sure what's happening here. Wounds are flying.
Probably someone will be able to resign with a free conscience.
Only on Treasure Hunter, both of them. Guess is what happens. Either one opened page according to Freaky. Okay.
That'll slow down your.
I find not opening page to be a
line.
Respect.
It's like, what did they even open? Oh right, they did Smugglers and Citygate. That's really weird. Like the fours of course look fine, and then the 3 buys look real weird.
Yeah. The Silk Merchant page is kind of like a no nonsense. Like just click on the good cards. Me.
Well, Citygate is just so.
Citygate is a nice, but like not over page.
I was just not doing very much in the opening, right? If you just bought a Silk Merchant, I mean, I don't know.
I mean, so Silk Citygate guarantees you hit 5.
I don't even care about hitting 5 though. That much.
A little bit. That's like one. Whatever, like
upside for it.
Silk Page probably also guarantees 5 because of the coffer. Or a situation where you would miss 4. The coffer, I don't think so.
I mean, I guess you can always. No, I guess that doesn't work. Yeah, one of the hands will have $4 in it.
Honda's in the lead now. Honda and Searing Spear are tied. They're the one. No, it was Mario. Steph is doing well. Shanahan or Shanahan, however you say, is 3rd place right now. You have been in league for a while, and like some of the lower tiers that they seem to have improved.
I like seeing the new names do well.
Yeah.
Or new to me in any case.
Yeah, I mean, like every months it seems to be like I realize somebody who was not on the radar at all not that long ago is like just killing it, like Jay Nails, for example. Kind of came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I always find it really funny. People seem to, people are always chattering about the divisions, right? And which divisions are like broken or too strong or whatever. But it's just like names they recognize, like 100. Yeah. It's 100% just I recognize these 3 names. These guys are active on the Discord, so this division must be too good.
I mean, I went 0-6 this season against somebody who's not like a name, Crabcat 2, but it's like, there aren't players that don't know how to play Dominion and C.
Yeah, exactly. I find it so funny. People are just like so worried about who's in their division. It's just like, I mean, not everyone. That's not fair. But the people who talk about it anyway, or at least care enough to.
It's a good time to be in the Dominion world. There's a lot of good players out there. Fun. So this is pretty close to nothing.
Distant Lands is, you may never even see it. It's really kind of a weird buy.
Hearts can think about just buying a cultist here.
Probably doesn't. Is this? Yeah. You can do like.
I don't like the I would probably just have bought like cultist estate to just like make the game be over sooner, or like just hound. Hound is pretty good because you've got the champion down.
Well, you'll never see the hound, right? Before you hit 5, anyway. I don't think.
Probably.
I don't know what's left, but yeah, if you go cultist, you might as well take an estate.
Yeah, but this now. I mean, just in the that like you want to get to your next game.
I agree with you about the buy to buy cultist. I was just saying you would take the estate, not the hound.
No, he can get 2 cultists. Okay.
Yeah, there you
go. There's Searing Spear versus Crabcat.
That sounds good. I don't think I have them, but
you can see me. We made it before they even started.
Perfect. Steph must have lost. Or no, maybe just some other people won.
This looks like a pretty good board for procession with horses, and the fact that we just have cards at all these price points. Procession looks really nice.
Yeah.
It's also like the only procession, horses, remake, whatever is like all the gains you have until you get double activated cities.
Well, monkey. So, you have monkey.
Monkey. Yeah. I'm going to get up for 1 second. I'll be right back.
Okay. All right, so they've both gone with remake. No, wait. Mask remake versus remake silver. Searing Spear did have collision. Opted to play the remake. Crabcat hits 5 and gets a paddock and then a village. So Crabcat had the miss. Not Sombrero, but the remake missed. That estate pass is actually looking pretty nice for him because, of course, village here looks great. So that was a friendly mask as far as Crabcat's concerned. Yeah, okay. That's a good point, John. I didn't see the cash exactly, but if people are passing up Captain to buy Paddock, I don't agree with that. Oh, instead of trash. That's not so clear to me. But
Paddock is going to be pretty important because of how good Proc Horse is.
Yeah. I'm not sure about that, but
the captain's incredible. I mean, captain's just incredible.
Really okay. They do have some okay, they each have a procession. Good.
Villages are really low. I would think villages are not as important as all that because you're going to just sort of want a lot of processions.
I think it was more just they didn't want silvers off their remakes.
Yeah, but I mean, you could even get more masks.
Yeah.
Deck full of procs and math.
Yeah. I don't know what the terminal situation looked like when the remakes were being played. You know, if you already have,
Like, kind of thing where like if you have a deck full of procs and masks, then all of a sudden you have a deck full of all the good cards.
yeah, definitely. I just can't fault them for taking like two estates off or two villages off some remakes at some point, and that's already most of the gains accounted for. Um,
Seems like they each only have one mask, and I would probably have gotten a mask for another village at some. The villages are not going to be that valuable. I mean, they're from estate upgrades, but you could also get masks from those. Searing Spear. Does he have another procession down there?
Not sure who has the second one. I don't know, Johns. I have no idea.
He wasn't going to find the other proc to.
No.
It's another here. Looking pretty good.
He just had one.
He could consider procking the remake for like maximum spinning. There he goes. He's doing it. Nice. Yeah. Turn horse into procession, probably. Could he pile here?
I don't think so.
That would be something.
No, I don't. I absolutely don't think so.
I don't see anywhere near the kind of draw that you would need.
Well, there's just not even like. There's not like. Not at this point. Not in this cards. There's not like actually a loopy thing. He has to start with procession chains.
Might be a loop in here. I don't think it's probably a full loop. Quite.
I don't think for this
the
turn. I mean, in the game there might be one. I just don't this turn.
I mean, just even like looking at what the board can do, it's a little bit awkward trying to put the horses in your hand.
Well, you just start with some in your hand, and then you part of the procession chain is playing paddocks.
I know, and then you have to. I just don't think it fully loops, but it's like it's close enough, I guess. It's like a lot of bells going down fast. I mean, maybe it fully loops. Like you have to start by playing like 3 or 4 processions to do that or something. Is that what you have in mind, Freaky?
It shouldn't really matter if you have 2 versus more, right?
Sometimes it does. Sometimes there's like these loops with proc that you have to have like 3 procs in hand or something.
Platinum's so bad.
I don't know. I'm not that. Yeah, they're really hard. It's a lot easier to make them work.
I said platinum's so bad.
Oh yeah,
that's what I said, not anything.
Yeah, Green Spear got a platinum. Yeah, I would not probably be going for platinum here. Does something for you if you manage to like double activate your cities in the middle of a turn or something. Just have more money to spend those buys on. Or I mean, I guess you can get more buys with Monkey.
Yeah.
Seems like a sad use of a card. No.
The real question is, can Searing Spear win instead? Or not Searing Spear, can Crabcat win instead? That seems like the question now. It looks like he's at least on his way. And should get there pretty easily.
This is pretty fun times right here. That's the process.
Oh, did he not proc another one? Did he stop his chain? He did stop his chain once. I mean, he'll still have enough, but he shouldn't have stopped it there. That was weird. I don't know if I think he still can get there, but
he's about to get past. He plays the Masquerade. He's going to get past a good card.
Yeah.
In fact, Cat should pass one of the 5s because it makes it harder for him to pile.
But his procession chain stops again. Right?
Still in the middle of a procession chain.
No, he just has 2 though, right? I can't tell what's the outer indent, but I'm pretty sure it's just this. I think he's just in 2 deeps in a procession, so it's going to stop now.
He's going to proc the mask here. No, didn't. Just proc the paddock.
He's like not really going for how you would do the finish. I think
still might get
there. I'm pretty sure it's still there because he can still, I believe, empty the paddocks, but I don't know if he has enough force for it. That's his issue. He's getting these cities when he needs to empty another pile. Like he can captain, and he can't captain processions anymore, which is a real issue. He can remake, but farming villages, that's pretty sad.
Then as a monkey, woo.
This is real weird.
I mean, it's not like that easy to do, especially when you're feeling like your brain's on blitz mode.
Well, I just like the guideline, first of all, is to not interrupt your procession chain, right? That's the biggest thing. And then I think he still actually had it. I'm pretty sure he still could do it. Not 100% though. Yeah. That too freaky. But realistically, you can safely do that. And just be fine here as long as you've actually gotten the paddocks instead of the cities. And made it so more of the processions got turned into 5s. It's just like trivial.
Got about 25 minutes left. Be free for all. So if Crabcat messes this up, Searing Spear gets a win, and Searing Spear is in pretty good shape for the playoffs, probably. At least the cities are drawing at this point. Out of procs though, right? No more procs this deck.
The good thing for Crabcat is that Searing Spear can't gain processions. So his turn is somewhat limited by that.
Looks like the groups got posted for mix. It's gonna be fun.
Mm-hmm. Like I assume here, Crabcat's just gonna try and kind of score as much as he can. There's so many wonky way art bugs.
I really enjoy seeing the art replaced by a monkey.
Yeah.
Like my favorite thing, which I've probably commented on a lot, is like when you play a horse using a way, like it says horse, but you see a picture of a different animal, and it's just like uh, imagining a horse, like pretending to be a different animal. It's pretty funny. Like, I'm a pig. You're not. You're a fucking horse. Like I don't know. It's pretty easy to make me laugh though.
Just what will the horse do? Climb a tree?
And a piece of fruit.
There should be alternative art for horse specifically.
Yeah,
Just with a horse doing whatever the animal in the regular way is doing. So what does Crabcat have, or not Crabcat, Syrian Spear have to do here to get his
pretty hard
win?
It's pretty like sit here and think for a real long time.
now this platinum might help him. I guess.
Doesn't have any cities, right?
No. Does not.
There is probably a win, and it's a little bit non-trivial. It definitely involves remake stuff because you can't keep getting procs, but you can get remakes and see what you can do. Empty the paddocks. That's your first thing. There's your deck. You're in #puzzles. Have you played in one of these quarantine cups yet?
I've not.
You planning to do so in the future?
I would like to at some point. Though sometimes, like, I've been in so many other tournaments that I'm like playing real matches on one of the weekend days, like every week for like the past like 2 months, and so it's kind of nice to just sit here and talk and watch versus play another one.
It's good. I play too much a lot of times, so it's nice.
So like, I mean, like I thought about doing it this week since I knew you would at least be able to do some commentary.
But you don't want to up to me.
But like, what?
You don't want to leave it all up to me. It'll be a disaster.
And then, but like I played 2 matches yesterday. I'm like, I don't want to sit. I don't want to play again.
Cheese. That's. They'll probably remake into remake. I mean, I guess one of your piles is going to be probably remakes. Actually, it's easier than Village at this point.
Maybe you can just play all this junk as monkeys and empty villages and get points somehow. I mean, I don't know. You know, it maybe emptying villages, a couple duchies, and colony is pretty easy cash wise. I don't know. He's out of procession plays now though? Okay. I'm not certain.
I mean,
how much money is this already? We got 7, 8, 9, 15. Okay, he needs more than that. But
He should have played the captain as remake right here instead of playing this remake. Probably. He could still do that, I guess. Captain remake. Okay, so he's going for cities. Is not crazy because they are double activated.
yeah.
May just already see something because he's clicking faster now.
It's still going to involve some remake tricks, I think.
He's got this captain in hand.
I don't know. Can you make $27? How much money does he have in hand right now?
He can probably pile remakes right now. Play one horse, remake. He's got still a silver in hand and another paddock to play. Getting remakes. Spinning. Just keep playing. Finding Nemo reference.
He can for sure empty stuff. Just what do the points look like at the end of it all?
Looks like I find it pretty hard to believe that there would not be a finish here. Which is a win.
I mean, this other thing has to for sure be a horse to a remake, right? I mean, in whatever path.
It could be silver to remake.
Yeah, I just...
Well, this gold makes it sound like he sees something, a win already.
I would assume so also, but it's kind of scary because I'm not sure it actually is there. It doesn't look like it. No, I don't mean...
I think it had to be there.
Yeah, I believe it before, but you needed to empty the remakes. This is just like... This is slow resign now because for sure he's going to have money to empty and score. I mean, barring dud, but...
No, it's already not a dud.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I can see his hand, I know.
Okay.
I guess two captains in play makes it pretty tough for there to be any sort of dud. All right, we're coming up on the end, so I don't know. If you see anybody who's towards the top playing, that'd be good, but...
Honda's in the queue. Sam. Honda versus Sam might be... Sam is at the top, so we should watch Sam, whatever this game is.
Sounds good.
Okay,
This could...
This is the top two right here.
Yeah. Question is just, are they so far ahead that the... No, it could matter. In fact, it's very likely to matter.
Roll a nice board here.
See if they can finish it and get in another one before the time. That's your real goal here. If you fall behind here and you're like pretty convinced you need to get out and get another game.
I love playing on cavalry. I'm not sure I'm actually opening with a cavalry on my next turn though. I might get a bard. Is that weird? Like a bard.
I wouldn't open playing on it if I wasn't gonna buy it.
I'm gonna be buying a lot of them.
Yeah.
I don't know that I would open it. Period, but I think planning cavalry is just in general sounds like a great thing because it's just like a great card to buy.
But not always when you're buying it, right? For the plan part. I mean, I guess you're pretty likely to have the estate, but
kind of like a bard here just because of how great Earth's Gift is going to feel.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
I don't know if I would buy it though.
Sometimes Bard just like calls to me when I
I
see. I
love
just
I love Bard. I love all the boon cards. I mean, I love playing them and getting boons. I think it's the best thing in Dominion. But I don't know that I would buy Bard.
Cavalry pretty good with Cavalry is just like pretty good here because the on play of Cavalry is not that bad here because there's have lots of villages and villagers.
Yep.
Just Bard is like there's a few boons that are like super good, and then just you kind of like having a little money in your deck. So the other card that Messenger is kind of like a Bard in that it always gives you the same. It's like a Bard that always gives you the same boon, and it's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
A buy and a Chancellor effect.
Surely you play on. I don't know what the cards are, but
Sinahan is now in first,
nice.
and they're playing not too bad.
This is a thing I do a lot where I forget I probably want to buy cavalry instead of play my terminal first. Okay.
And maybe is Dan playing right now? I wonder.
So Sam has to immediately buy a cavalry at the start of this turn. Next turn. Oh, never mind. He was messengered once, so he didn't have to.
Messenger Cavalry is pretty sweet. It's sweet to get that.
Yeah. I'm not sure I would have done it, but it was nice for Sam for sure.
Very nice.
I guess it's not like Honda used all those buys either, but
There's still this is the point where you need economy if you didn't already have a
it's
little.
just like all draw.
But Honda has a crown and a messenger, which is like a little bit more on the way to having that economy.
Yep. It's like all moats too, basically.
Yeah, cavalry's kind of like a moat. I mean, cavalry's. I try to think of cavalry as like enchantress. Oh, I think Dan is going to play tracer. Trying to like focus on multiple things at once.
I guess they're probably gonna pile out here. Trying to think about how long this game will last for them since they've got.
At this point, I would like to. I'm thinking about being the person who has economy.
Yeah.
Can like grab a couple provinces while still and like.
Honda needs villages. So either ports or crowns.
Crown sounds good.
A bit sad he's gonna probably have to crown horse on the opening without getting any shot at crown, which he'd really like to do.
Sam messengers him a cavalry.
Yep.
Like mid-turn gains a council room and plays it, which no.
I don't know if Sam even has enough money that that's possible. I don't think so.
It's not. And that's not the thing that you would
Oh,
do.
yeah, it's not to do, but it's also just impossible. Plan crown. I wouldn't bother moving the plan around anymore. I don't think. Maybe you do. I'm worried about the length of the game. But he definitely still has a lot of junk.
I could think about getting something like a gold.
I would get a crown. I just don't know if I'd plan or not.
Ports, that puts the piles pretty low.
That's kind of weird, in my opinion.
Buys that, which is to say he got 4 ports there. It's not like they're bad for your deck, but
Here Honda's in trouble. He's gonna probably cavalry before playing any of these terminals, but it's not like he has villages down here. So
it would have been so bad for Sam to get a bard there. Honestly,
maybe port bard would have been okay.
port or messenger bards and then port something like that, because he can actually.
That's true. He can.
Because Honda has the terminal problem.
Yeah, Sam could do that. The question is whether the messenger added on would give Sam some draw issue, like stop card issue. But definitely the messenger could send some junk that Honda would not want now.
This is pretty darn low.
Well, like Honda had to do that sort of, but it just added another terminal to his deck. He didn't get to buy any village effect in his buys. So he didn't really improve his terminal issue in any way.
Buying a cavalry. Yeah. Messenger cavalries.
Yeah, if he wants to. That's pretty safe. He buys a gold.
What? He could have done messenger cavalries. Man, that would have.
He played that in the wrong order. He should have been crowning that port. But he played port before lackeys when he had actions. That was bad order. His turn would be way better if he had 2 more actions now.
The gold is fine. Maybe that has to think about.
He should probably take minstrel. He didn't really want to lower. Like ports seem a little risky.
Messenger village. He doesn't even really want to mess.
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't know. I wouldn't have taken the messenger. He's not playing all the stuff he has already.
Now I hope Sam messengers cavalries. Just pretty good. Yeah. Cavalry out of that.
You may just. Well, I guess he probably doesn't have a finish. I was gonna say if you want to try and finish, you want to just do the cavalry by itself. I guess that breaks the messenger anyway. Never mind. That doesn't really help you.
Because the messenger gives you more money.
Well, the thing I was thinking about more is that you miss out. Either way, you miss out on the extra gain from messenger helping you to pile.
To do.
Because if you buy the cavalry alone, then you can't do the messengers at all.
Okay, so Sam draws pretty poorly here.
Yeah. It's like Honda doesn't have anything, though. Not really. I don't think. Maybe he can get something nice, but...
Could get a perfect draw. 5 minutes left.
So he's gonna see his deck this time at least. I think some of this play order stuff is messed up, but
Dan must have just beaten Tracer because Dan is now in first.
Yep. So Hana gets a province there.
Let's see who's. Sam's deck is working at this point.
Yeah, netting some horses. He should trigger that though, right? In general, I prefer, when you're getting this many horses, I prefer to spend one to top deck the rest rather than.
Yeah.
It costs you a horse, but it's better to just. I mean, he's probably fine either way, but I like the consistency.
Messengering minstrels seems bad. That actually would have been better to messenger much anything but a village, anything that because you don't want to actually give Honda something that helps his deck.
Yeah, Sam's done that a couple times, passed him villages while Honda's been low on villages. Like crazy low on villages.
Silver or something. I mean, I would have messengered a terminal. Or a first or something. Hard. I mean. Trying to figure out if any of the people that are in contention are also playing right now. Let's see. Yeah, Searing Spirit's playing right now. He's in 5th. So Honda could be out of the top 4.
Yeah, Honda's dudded here. I guess maybe Sam will have a win though. I don't know. He probably didn't. No, I think there's too many, not enough low stuff. Anyway, after this next turn, Sam should. Yeah, again, I hope he probably won't do it, but I would love to see the horses top decked. Play the horse, Sam. Okay, he did it. He could hear me.
Looks really good for Sam.
Yeah, Sam's deck is getting better. Honda's is not. And Honda's turn is, in fact, totally dead. So now this turn, Sam will probably be able to pile, I assume, but.
Got 1 minute left if you want to put the.
Okay. Do an alarm. I may just wait till the finish at this point.
They finished. The Searing Spear.
Honda's going to try and get in a game.
Searing Spear.
Sam's also trying to get in a game.
Searing Spear just won, I think.
We'll see if any of these people play. I usually don't cut it off too harshly, like if people are still talking. But
so whatever game Honda plays, pretty much. Oh, actually, Honda is out of it. No, they can't get into the top.
I don't even know if any of these people found games or not, but
nobody who's not in the top 4 can get into the top 4 right now. There's one of them is playing and lose, but I don't think that's the case. And is not playing, yeah.
Oh, Sam got a game, Tracer said. Well, we can look at that one. Well, Sam just won though, so
Sam didn't need to play. That's he just risks his seed.
It's okay. I like it. It's in line with the spirit of Quarantine Cup. So I approve of it completely. The Sam's playing Amo. I don't know. Did anybody else get a game that anybody knows of?
I can. I'm looking on here. Honda's just spectating. Yeah, I mean, there's no. Yeah, this is the only. Hand is spec. Yeah, this is it. I mean, this is so. Yes, if you want to figure out, does Sam losing this game that puts him like exactly even with Dan Brooks, uh, who would have the tiebreaker on the seed there, and beat Dan. So this is it's totally set. This game doesn't even matter.
They had a head-to-head, so okay.
So it's Sam versus Senahan and Dan versus Searing Spear.
Yeah. I just the other thing is that sometimes people do report stuff a little late, so I like to give some amount of time to make sure anything that's still loose gets reported, because that has happened before in the past. But I think what you said will end up being the case.
Oh.
It says Shanahan is not playing.
No, he's spectating.
Searing Spears not playing.
That's right. Searing Spear just finished a game against Harry Perry, which already got reported. So
okay, now it's in. So Sam and Amo are making us watch a game. And I guess if we know, one thing we can do is we could have Dan and
I mean, there wasn't necessarily enough time for Sam to like know.
No, I'm kidding. I'm just teasing about. I don't blame them for playing at all. I was just saying we could maybe have Dan and Searing Spear start, and we could have the playoffs be somewhat offset. We could watch.
Oh, that's not the worst thing. Yeah.
We could watch that game, and then we have more of a chance of getting more of both the playoff games.
Sure.
If they're both around. I don't know if Searing Spear is.
You want to try to get Searing Spear's attention?
Yeah, I'll just add him in the Quarantine Cup, or I'll just add Dan.
Dan's got
well,
Dan already.
I mean, Dan already knows, but I'll just do it because they're both her name.
Oh, it is pronounced like Shanahan. Okay, thanks, Sean. It's pronounced Shanahan. I got a note about that. For our rules. This actually looks like I haven't been paying attention to this game because it didn't matter, but it actually looks like kind of a fun board. Only real draw is like isn't any real draw, I guess.
Getting those tunnels.
I'll switch over to and I've got my other window on Dan's table as soon as it actually starts.
Okay. Yeah, right now Dan's just still in here, so I don't know that Searing Spear may have taken a break, stepped away for a moment.
He's back.
Now he's typing.
Let's all talk about how he's typing.
Yeah. Nothing has come in the past 5 or 7 minutes. So I mean, unless
But it would have to have not reported 2 wins actually be able to break in.
well, I mean, unless there are unreported results involving the top 4, which could also.
I don't believe that's the case.
But yeah, basically it would take some sort of paired. I mean, this is a.
It sounds like they're going to play.
All right. Sounds good. Yeah, as once Syrian Spear gets back, they'll start. May not end up buying as much. This one might be wrapping up, but. I guess Sam's just going to try and rush to some sort of finish at this point. Though that maybe won't work because Amo just scored too. So, Amo has taken the lead now. Oh, look, there was a result. That's probably. I guess there's still games out there being played by people, just not in contention.
They matter for the people playing.
They matter to them, right? Exactly. Now they're just. Amo and Sam are just taking whatever points they can get each turn. Just scrounging around. Can double tunnel here is max points. I mean, I guess it's the same as tunnel or Duchy Estate, but he wanted to raise anyway, so that didn't happen.
I think I have to agree about the Giants not being good, that good.
What's going to happen is we did all that effort to arrange an early game, and it won't have started before this one anyway.
Okay. I guess I won't split screen it. I can. I will be able to see both at once, and I can just click a button to switch which game is on my recording. Big money.
That giant hit a Duchy. That's pretty good.
Getting double tunnel makes you a little bit more immune to that than getting G Estate. Dan has left his table.
He might have just gone to Syrian. I don't know. Syrian Spear just said he was ready.
Yeah. Syrian Spear has a table now.
All right. Well, we'll never know what happened here.
No, we don't. Okay. Somebody make a table between Dan. Okay, Dan has a table.
Oh, you're still back in this one.
At Dan's table.
Lemon spec.
I mean, I'm at both tables, but. Okay, now Dan and Searing Spear are both at the same one. I'm going to put that one to the top.
Yeah, I'm here. All right, so we're going to get this first playoff match started maybe 2 minutes before the other one. Did they finish?
They finished. Amo won, but it didn't affect the speed, of course. All right, so we got this board with no landscapes, and parties look pretty good. I don't know.
Oh yeah, we don't have any landscapes. That doesn't happen too much. Cargo ship opening looks really good.
Into a hunting party stack.
Yeah, I think so. I guess you have to decide how big do you want to go with that as far as putting in like
other stuff.
Wine merchants and stuff. I mean, you already have a necro, right? So like,
yeah,
wine merchant is pretty reasonable, I think. The question is, do you do more, and then do you get like festivals? That's the issue. So I'm not sure.
Festival is really not inspiring to me.
No, I mean with the draw as it is, it's not. I agree, but you might be able to put together turns that are a little bigger. Depends on, I suppose, how you're going on the hunting party split as well, what you're willing to do as far as building up the payload.
Sam and Sinahan rolled a really sweet looking board with the wrong first player. I'm guessing they're just going to re-roll. All kinds of craziness looking on it. Well, they have Academy again. So here I'll show that real quick.
2-5 looks pretty sad here relative to the 3-4 anyway. Not clear to me you want a courtyard over a vagrant, but probably it's okay. I don't know. Is it? What do you want on 2-5? Courtyard hunting party?
Sure.
That's not clear to me that that's better than the getting 2 cargo ships, but
this other board looks more fun to watch.
You just have to give us radio
play by play. Yeah, Academy, Torturer, Mastermind, Swindler, Hermit. Those are the highlights.
You had me at Swindler. This one, at least, I'll be able to follow the turns.
Shanahan trashes Sam's Swindler on turn 4 with his Swindler.
Nice.
It into a Hermit.
It's too bad he turned it into a Hermit. That doesn't sound like the thing you turn it into.
Yeah, you could have turned it into or a warehouse.
Oh man, that's not what I'm turning things into.
Silver is the card.
Dan's in the festivals. Now he's getting a hunting party. Dan's doing the cargo ships, which of course are super great here.
Jams. Playing Madman. Might as well, if you're recording the other game, I might as well just my recording showing the other game.
Yeah, sure.
Uh,
Yeah,
Ooh,
Dan's super
Shanahan.
far ahead.
Oh, Shanahan just pushed a madman into a curse with Swindler.
That's why it's the best card. That's why it's the most fun card.
Oh boy. That was
You know,
Sam played Madman, drew into his second Madman, and then decided not to play that other Madman. I turned to just sort of stop there. And their next
became
turn,
a curse.
this Madman became a curse. And Sam has another Madman already now.
He probably doesn't have any. He has probably no buys he can do.
I can see Sam's deck here. It looks somewhat acceptable, but he doesn't have the masterminds. Oh, it's
Vagrant versus nothing is pretty whatever. I don't know. It's not clear to me that nothing is better than Vagrant, but it's whatever.
I can see what split screen looks like.
So Dan is certainly putting in a lot of cards into his deck. It really feels like if he had gone a little more focused, he could already have like several provinces, but I don't know. Well, it's just turn 6. What am I talking about? But the
Right, I got a split screen going.
Anyway.
So the split screen seems kind of okay. You can see both of them. Oh, Sam is still sort of alive over there, but pretty rough from the early Swindler hits.
I guess Dan's Festival Courtyard stuff is like poor man's Grand Market.
Sure. Better than Festival Moat. Classic.
Dan trying to decide if he wants 9. I don't.
He does. Sam just like still failing to hit good cards with his Swindlers. Try to turn it around. I guess that things can really turn around in Swindler games. He just lost a Swindler, but he's got an Explorer that's something.
I assume Dan puts a hunting party in hand, but okay, there's what he sets aside. See if he takes anything else. I don't know, Johns. Steph wants 4. How many does Dan have? Is it already 4 or 3? Surely it's 4. Dan's the one who went for him real hard. There's 7 gone, so. Market Square. Yeah. Seems like Yuri has buys, but. Yeah, definitely more. I mean, I would rather have Vagrant than Market Square for sure. I think I would anyway. Sharing Spirit probably just setting aside a hunting party. But it just looks pretty rough. Yeah, that gold is not inspiring. Dan probably plays. I would have expected him to play the cargo ship out of hand before drawing there on the hunting party, but
Didn't matter, right?
he did not. Well, it matters because you can draw another one. You just mean because of what he saw with the hunting party.
Yeah.
Again, I expect Dan to set aside a hunting party. 10 would be really nice. I really would have played the cargo ship before triggering there.
Man.
10 is like crazy good, especially if you have 2 cargo ships.
Everything is going wrong for Sam here. Just had a turn mastermind with no actions in hand.
Uh-oh.
It's just
I don't know if the number 1 seed is won yet. Maybe 1 week. I don't remember.
Was I the number 1 seed when I won?
I don't know. Were you? If you were,
I think so. The first player in both of those games. That's what I remember anyway. Racer says he was.
So a couple, maybe more also.
I definitely stumbled backwards into winning my quarantine cup. That's for sure. I had some, especially that win that put me into the top seed. Not deserved at all.
Hey, you didn't lose it. That's all it takes. That's all it takes.
Hit 7 instead of 8, so I didn't lose. This is the semifinal.
Well, no. He hit. The reason he hit 7 is because he didn't buy anything on when he had like 4 buys with.
I know. But it was just like
it was not a shuffle thing.
Added drama. It was. I've certainly never been so happy to see 7. Yeah, Shanahan wins over here. This is over. Man, really sad game for Sam. That's how it goes in Quarantine Cup, where you only get to play one game to decide it. Sometimes that one game is when swindlers just ruin your life.
I did shift the server that the Discord is on for voice because Lemon and I were having difficulties connecting, so I shifted it to our personal geographic region as closely as I could. So it may have changed how it sounds for some other people. I don't know. But we were having some difficulties at the start. Well, Mario, you're going to be closer. The Europeans may have issues. Yeah, so you're in the it's very likely to have helped you, Mario. So
I'm gonna leave this game. That I'm gonna get out of that thing.
Everybody has a different. It's not consistent what people hear, so I mean. Just 2 hunting parties left.
Luck for Sam. The West Coast in the middle of California.
Well, the phrase Midwest doesn't exactly, literal translation doesn't mean much for the U.S.
Yeah,
It did at one point in time, but not anymore.
I mean, I guess it derives from. I'm guessing that it derives from it sort of in the old.
Yeah.
Everything west of the original part of the United States was considered west.
Yeah, that's what would be my guess, though I don't know for a fact that that's the origin, but yeah, I assume that's what it is.
I do know that the Midwest is the best.
Exactly.
I didn't grow up in the Midwest, so I have that kind of like team loyalty, whatever. But I like living here now. Grew up in the South, actually. So
Dan decides, I guess, that he wants to play 3. He wants unbalanced cargo ships.
Doesn't seem like the worst.
I guess he can go up to 5. Yeah.
Well, he doesn't. He doesn't. They don't have to be unbalanced because you don't have to set aside cards for all of them.
You're right.
He can just set aside province, hunting party, and then, for example.
Yeah, you're right. I kind of expect him to go. I was kind of thinking he'd go double 5. Well, he could still go double 5, but double HP cargo, actually. But that's not what he's doing.
So he actually
he went with another festival, but I think I like the other hunting party better than the festival, but it's probably fine. I mean, it should all be fine from Dan's position right now. But Wine Merchant looks a little.
Real.
He's not really gonna. Yeah, okay, that wasn't. This is why you want more hunting parties. The festivals, I don't know. The festivals are so.
I'm not really loving festival here. I'm not sure that I would like the need to get one at all. I think party's kind of funny in the whole like embracing diversity theme, in that like from not doing that a lot of times.
Well, there's like an old troll meme of like a Donald X quote where he talks about hunting party wanting not liking your deck to have all the same cards, but that people kind of would joke about. Well, like for a long time, like I can just remember on Isotropic just playing game after game where I would just buy progressively worse when stacked. That's what it is. John's got it. Just game after game of just buying hunting parties in like 1 terminal and gold and just playing that deck. Like rarely do you do that nowadays, but I just remember doing it for just all the time.
I read about that deck when I was learning to play Dominion a couple of years ago, and I definitely like when I was lower level would play it and win. Now, it's not that common to be the thing that you want to do.
I'm not 100% Titan Drake, so I probably shouldn't say who quoted what, but that's not exactly what my memory of it is. Um,
Steph says it's still a very reasonable deck. Usually, usually you can do a little bit. Of hunting party at the beginning. Yeah, cards you have to play with a little bit before you realize. I think for most people, including me, Silk Merchant was an example of that. We're still quite well when Silk Merchant was on like preview week, and look, people looked at it and they were like, okay.
Dan has like more stuff, but he doesn't actually. Guess it depends on the turn, but he doesn't bring that much more. That much more in payload.
Steph was never impressed by Silk Merchant. Does that include now?
He still isn't.
Of hunting party, I remember another strong card that I think was in preview week was Seer, and I remember looking at that and being like, Seer might be better than hunting party, which is saying a lot.
I love Seer.
Seer is great. Seer is so good. Overdraw.
Now everybody's opinions are perfect, so we can just make fun of our past.
One time I lost hard really soon after Renaissance came out to somebody who just played straight bureaucrat Seer.
That's funny.
It was actually pretty darn good, like as a single province deck.
We could reach the end here and have somebody just draw a hand that does nothing. And that be why they lose. Super easily. I'm going to play a Silk Merchant cage match where I don't buy Silk Merchant. And I won't go worse than 1-5.
I mean, there's a number of people who claim that the Silk Merchant is like far and away the best card in Dominion, which I think is a bit much.
I just don't even know. To me, the card ranking, most of the time, I'm not sure how to map that to some real thing.
Yeah, I mean,
though people, of course, like you can think of definitions for card strength that are actually like measurable. but they don't tend to capture what everybody means when they talk about card strength.
I just also think that like I think Recruiter is just better than Silk Merchant. I mean, I think some actually helps. Silk Merchant doesn't by itself make you a good deck, really. Or stuff, or whatever. Something that like ashes and pickles or whatever. Like,
so is Searing Spear? I guess we can try and think about what Searing Spear is considering here. So like, he can top. He's gonna top deck one of his terminals. So it's pretty much, well, probably. So it's pretty much just between a cargo ship or a wine merchant. No, he top deck copper. I was thinking you might top deck wine merchant and put another one into your hand, but I don't know how much money exactly that gives him. He didn't have enough to do that. Okay, he did not have enough money quite to do that. But still, I agree you want to do it. But I feel that way about a lot of cards, Freaky. I mean, it certainly wouldn't be restricted to those two. He could have had 12, so he couldn't go Province in 5. But it was a little weird to top deck Copper. I guess you're going to put a Vagrant aside with this. No, he puts a Silver. Well, I get every single card I get brainlessly, but that's just a general personal condition. Yeah, I don't get Searing Spear's play at the end of that last turn.
You're talking about the Copper top deck?
Yep.
I mean, the thing that Copper top deck does is like you're going to be top decking a stop card, period. So like you stop card that helps you the most to have in your hand, given that you have a hunting party, I guess, is Copper.
But you could just top deck the Wine Merchant. Isn't the Wine Merchant better?
I'm not saying I would have done it. I'm just like trying to get inside the head of
it only makes a difference if you don't already have a Copper down in this part, right? But he does. Like, yeah.
I mean,
like, no, what you said is true. Like, if they don't have a Copper in the bottom, it can impact the hunting party draw. It can help the hunting party draw to put one down there. But he had one, so
maybe, I mean, so like the thought is like maybe he wasn't tracking his deck. Maybe he didn't. That.
Did he type it? Oh, oops, I forgot I didn't have enough actions. Titan Drake, I can't read everything. Even though I read both of your messages, I just didn't go up and actually check it.
He actually type in here. Oh, yeah, I see.
Listen, there's a lot of fast moving chat.
Probably could have gotten it on there. That would have.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like no it's really no info.
It's the info that you didn't have enough actions.
Yeah, right.
There's like
these are seeds 2 and 3,
Shaka. In the sense of like info that you didn't realize.
Yeah, some people are real sticklers about that stuff. Even
I don't like that.
Dan can pretty safely double. I don't think he has to play around Searing Spear doubling. Maybe the Wine Merchant is scary enough. Like, maybe the Wine Merchant and a Silver set aside is scary enough, but I'm willing to double here, I think.
But Dan loses on a tie, right?
Yes, that's correct.
I don't think that's what's going to happen.
Yeah, it would be super easy if you had 18. But
It sure is unusual to see this many cargo ships being bought.
yeah.
I don't think I would have.
6.
Does Dad not have a silver in his deck?
No, he has no silver.
Interesting.
In fact, the only silver bought was just bought this last turn by Syrian Spear, so. So Dan did not go for the double. He has traumatic memories from last week's finals about what happens if your opponent ties as second player. He'll lose it. He's willing to lose anyway, but that way.
I don't think that was a losing play, though.
Probably not.
I'm surprised at the festival buy, actually, though.
Well, he did it because he was putting a hunting party in there or not a hunting party, courtyard with it, so he wanted to be able to play them both.
Let's see, that's fine. Sad courtyard can't put a card into top deck, so that you skip it.
So 4, 5, 9, 13.
It's amazing how many cards care about what card is your second card on top of your deck, and how little control you usually have over what that card is.
Yeah.
It's like this. It's like this. It's like eternal frustration of Dominion.
Yeah, because there's just like all these cantrips that have top deck carrying. Yeah. They only have secret passage to help them out. Well, I mean, more than just secret passage, but
cartographer and stuff like that. Yeah. Sentry, whatever.
Sentry's harder. I mean, it happens, but Sentry's harder.
So it makes cards like Vassal so strong. They don't draw.
So he went ahead and top deck a silver. He's, I assume, going to go Province Duchy. I guess you might go like Wine Merchant with your set aside.
No, you could like set aside Courtyard Double Duchy.
I'd be pretty afraid to set aside a Courtyard.
Maybe a Vagrant, I don't know.
Yeah, they could do that.
I tend to be an eternal optimist when it comes to throwing Terminal Draw into my deck and just think like this is going to be good because of all the times that like I don't know. Freaky want Harvest to be gained on this board. Well, it's not the worst card to have. There's some economy here. It might be better than Wine Merchant.
I think it's hard sell for it being better than Wine Merchant. I think the points where you like really want $4, probably you're okay with just leaving the Wine Merchant all away. But maybe that's not true.
Harvest is bad. There are times when there aren't things that are better at what it is, but it's pretty rare. I think like
yeah, but Freaky, you're also very good at Dominion. You play thousands of games against people who are worse than you at Dominion.
The best.
So yeah, you can win and buy Harvest.
So there's good boards for it that are like sort of a slog, which is pretty rare. And then there's like boards where you open potion for university, and then like you're also getting super thin, and like university is can gain harvest and help you build economy.
I have this theory about the strong Dominion players who play like 10,000 games of Dominion in 6 months or whatever. That they
Freak.
that yeah Naismith, that they can get these wonky impressions about weak cards because they can play and win by they can buy pirate ship and win, and those games are like more memorable, right? Because pirate ship's awful, but they of course can find some of them because they play 10,000 games and they're better than most of the people they're playing with.
Leadership is really important on like some small percentage of boards, way more than like harvest or something.
I never buy either card. I never buy either of them. Like I just don't have any memories of.
I've also played quite a lot of games, I guess, on the ladder.
I mean, I play a lot of games of Dominion in my life, but it's just not like not a bunch of.
I probably had about 10 to 15 of those games in many thousands where pirate ship was like really dominant.
All right, who won the other game? Was it Shanahan?
And yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so Dan versus Shanahan. Dan is player one. I don't know this is Dan's table, right? So we probably can get Shanahan into here if Dan resets the player order the correct way. Yeah, I know, Steph. I'm a real visionary. I mean, to be fair, RCT beat me up with pirate ships like a season ago.
I mean, like,
so there is that.
With donate, you pretty much are always looking at it, because like of how important gold is on a lot of donate boards.
I mean, to be fair, I kind of knew that the board was a pirate ship board, but I didn't really I just wanted to not do it. All right.
Here we go.
Steph, you also fall into the same category of player I described.
You need a new table.
Well, he can fix it, the player order thing, if he clears it. But we can also go to new table. Either way is fine. It's not. Someone tell Dan how to fix it.
It's probably easier to just make a new table.
Maybe this looks promising. What's currently appearing on my screen.
Okay.
Perfect. All right, here we are in the finals. Dan versus Shanahan. Shanahan last 2 weeks ago barely missed, and now he's in contention for the first place spot. We gotta wait to see if anybody got a 5 for them to click start game.
For me, this is a clear Quarry Night Watchman open to force getting the Old Witch right away.
Old Witch.
You have the 4/3, which neither of them do, so I would probably do
Well, you can
something.
still do Silver Night Watchman, right, and guarantee the
Or Night
5.
Watchman, you could do Oasis Night Watchman, maybe, or I guess Fisherman Night Watchman you can do. A Fisherman Night Watchman is a sure thing, but you might rather have
No,
silver.
it's not though, is it? You need to actually be able to see. Maybe it is. No, it's not because you won't have another copper.
If the Fisherman bottom decks, it's bad. Because then then you guarantee hitting 5, but then you trigger a bad shuffle. So
Plus,
probably just silver.
well, the fisherman could just draw a. It doesn't work on the 3/4 at all because the fisherman could just draw an estate. You wouldn't have $5 in the guaranteed cards you would see.
The point is, Silver Night Watchman just works.
Yeah.
Dan gets a fisherman, so he's gonna not do that.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see him try the thing.
They both did it.
If Dan gets a Night Watchman here. Fisherman tournament.
I would think they wouldn't. I think they'll probably know that it doesn't.
Yeah.
Doesn't really work.
Fisherman tournament's fine. Fisherman Quarry is okay.
It's sort of a lot of cantrips for a deck that really just wants to play old witches. I guess you have the. I don't know. It's going to be kind of hard to get enough. I guess you have barracks. Never mind. That's fine.
I don't like the workshop open because of just the importance of Old Witch.
Yeah. I was thinking they would have an issue putting all the cantrips with the Old Witch, but it's fine because of barracks. So.
Draw like this, workshop is fine.
Let's see if Dan follows on the workshop or just goes into buying directly whatever he wants.
That could be could just be a fortress, honestly. Wouldn't be that bad. It's not that hard to hit 5. Just your fisherman, but yeah. I would certainly not have opened that workshop in a million years.
Dan is going to get to his barracks this turn, which I assume you take. I may just take a province. Never mind.
All right.
Get another old witch.
Yeah.
I would get another old witch, knowing that I'm sticking another fortress in here. I would have been. I would have done that.
Tournament was not the card that I would get.
You also can, yeah. They have province. It's scary. Well, it's not his second tournament. It's his first tournament, right? Or am I missing something?
Oh.
Yeah, it's Shanahan's first tournament, but it's still not what I would get.
This looks good for Dan. He can get the steed.
Dan looks way ahead. Though, last week, Dan looked way ahead in the finals with some junkers. And it didn't work out in the end.
Who won that? I wasn't there.
Swordfish Trombone.
All right.
Steed looks.
That horse.
He looks great.
It used to always mean trusty steed when I use the word horse, but now horse is something else.
Assume he's gonna barracks this turn.
Could get another witch. Barracks is pretty good, yeah. Barracks is pretty good. Barracks and then toss all this crap.
Yeah.
No,
this was a great turn.
That's just killer. Oh
so
my
now
god!
I can get princess probably. I think you go for princess.
Sycomatics on dark boons. The occasion.
Yeah, you could. I mean, does he also have a deck that can buy province? That's I don't know. I haven't been watching Shanahan's turns closely enough. But yeah, there is that consideration that the discard could. And you might think you just get a little bit more out of this turn by drawing a little further, but yeah. I mean, I for sure want followers. I mean, it seems pretty clear that Dan's going to get both of them.
I think Honda's talking about how the discard attack is pretty nice.
Yeah, it is. Stops. Yeah.
He didn't do that.
No, he didn't. Which, if he gets followers, mean he just sort of messed up. But
he maybe did mess up, but then a princess is amazing, obviously, because
he goes Old Witch Fortress.
Smithy mega combo.
Now just imagine he had found his Night Watchman here.
Yeah.
And he just buys one. That's one way. That's one way to do it.
So that was my Night Watchman buy. I'm a pretty big Night Watchman fan. There's a lot of Night Watchman hate. Served.
I mean, I like it. I don't think it's,
a lot of people.
I don't think it's that good, but I like it.
I open Silver Night Watchman on a pretty large number of boards.
I think you just do another Old Witch. Seems pretty reasonable to me. I wondered if he might get the workshop. I don't think he needs it. And I'm not sure that's the timing for it either, but maybe it's fine. I think he probably does better just to go ahead and buy the villages as he goes than try to gain them, but he'll win for sure.
It's so scary to say that.
I know, but he's gonna get the followers this turn, and
everything's gone right for him.
I did once lose a game of Dominion in which I got the 3 prizes. It was like a colony board, and I just totally botched up the build past that. This was like a decade ago, but it was like my worst Dominion moment.
Worship combos with Princess, except for the fact that you usually just want to gain a village with Workshop, probably.
Yeah, you only want fortresses, so it doesn't matter. Did Dan not get he didn't get his followers?
I don't think he wanted it, which is probably wrong. Toss all of that?
Yeah, throw all.
It's over.
Well, now he can workshop an old witch, I guess.
That would.
It doesn't really change. He has enough money anyway, so it doesn't really change anything. I would have doubled fortress. I would have swapped one of the witches for a fortress, but this is fine.
Well, okay, so the thing about followers, right, is that it gives you estates. Just junks. Okay, I guess I get that.
Yeah, it junks you, but discard attack and blocks trashing, so.
I just
the vassal actually found an action. Well, apparently he had a bunch down in here, but.
Province. Can get in on that prize action.
Yeah, right, exactly.
Dan is not doing anything.
Dan's gonna type thinking. ... Just give his fans what they've been looking for.
Deep thought. Okay. And Brooks reconnected.
See, look, he's got his terminal balance all goofed up.
All right, can afford to that problem.
The piles get lower though. He doesn't really have a points lead.
Not that low.
That's true.
He will. Nice watching her doing serious work.
If it happens again, I'm gonna blame Dan.
He loses.
If he loses, these vassals are gonna be so hard to hit. Sort of, I guess. I guess he'll hit some, but
this card's a curse for you.
He didn't get to 6 though. That's not good.
The last time he got to 6, he bought a province.
Yeah, but he got a followers for it, so it's worth something. I hope Dan just starts panic buying estates.
Oh man. There's no need to panic. And Dan will have a great turn up, and then it will be like, well, okay, this is.
Right. Buy another old witch, Shanahan. Maybe, I guess. Not sure exactly if he has enough. That's going to be hard for him. He doesn't have this barracks. Yeah.
That's
the hand.
Probably.
I want to see Dan take silvers now. Take the silvers. Steed, action silvers.
You mean because?
Do it, Dan.
Because you want him to lose?
No, I just want him. It's just I know it wouldn't be that bad stuff. I am joking, but it wouldn't be like the end of the world. It's both things. Hey Poe. Um, he just wanted to get right up to the end of the shuffle. He knew there was another. Oh man. Yeah, he's got his. He's not. I mean, he's not drawing the village smithy combo well. I think part of that is his fault, though. Just think if he had a silver in there, he'd probably have 8. That might hurt his soul, Steph.
Did it?
Shanahan does nothing, which seemed reasonable. Here's all these fortresses. Pretty cool. Maybe you want to play both Night Watchmen. I hope he plays both Night Watchmen and triggers the shuffle with the 3 fortresses out.
Oh man. Okay, just chuck the 3 stop cards and then your losses.
Play the Night Watchman. Play the second Night Watchman, Dan.
And you can play it if you don't.
Here's what you do. Yeah. Don't discard anything and then play it. Top deck curse is such a crazy, hopeful. Yeah, to try and trash it. That's like the worst idea. In my opinion.
I agree.
It's just Shanahan should absolutely lower piles as much as possible every turn.
Wait, just played the old wood? Oh, I forgot that about barracks.
Yeah, he's got barracks.
What the heck just happened?
Panic by Duchy. Well, it wouldn't be unreasonable. I had a 3rd Night Watchman. That would be, I think, not good. The top decking of the curse is still kind of making me mad. Gets a vassal hit. He's going to be able to buy at least province this turn. Maybe colony. Too bad he didn't find his followers first. Don't play the vassal. He hit 8, yeah, because he can't buy barracks if you hit 8. Poor Dan.
Poor Dan.
Well, we're not sure at this point, Mario, but
Dan's still got village and several witches down there. I think maybe.
Oh, Dan lowered. Dan's crazy. Now Shanahan should just try to get as many estates as possible every turn. Just go for 3 estates this turn. Use your buy on an estate, even if you have, okay, maybe not even if, but even if you have 5, use it on an estate. No, probably not that. There are fortresses in these bottom 5, but I don't know how many exactly.
Dan,
it's worth mentioning that Dan passed on gaining the card that just was played. I mean, he chose to not have that card in his deck.
yeah. Man. I don't know that Dan is bad at money-ish. I think that it's more like he should have. I mean, maybe it is that. Like, not crazy to be trying to play an engineer.
No, I think he actually built the engine not quite correctly. He's not willing to switch.
You can build it correctly and still have super frustrating shuffles.
That's true. I mean, certainly here, there's so much junk. Like, he had bad shuffles. That's not... I don't mean to imply that he didn't have bad shuffles. But I think he was a little over-terminal. And he was in a position where he didn't need to be over-terminal.
I mean, Dan could have had a shuffle where he got like all his fortresses and witches at the top and just be like blowing out this game just from one good shuffle. In fact, this is that turn.
Yeah, but it won't be as exciting now because it's going to be like still not that much money. Like, the tournament will get blocked. He's not going to have that much cash. He's going to draw like, 8 more cards and then still have not a huge amount of money, probably. I mean, getting to province, of course, would be nice. So
$1 and a dream.
At least this time he'll get to play both of his Night Watchmen. So like now here, you really want to get to 8.
Oh boy.
So I think you just play it. Yeah. So he got the copper.
Go ahead and buy that province, Dan. It's the top deck.
This was a nice view. He'll probably leave a curse. Okay, he didn't.
We'll probably chuck the princess even. No.
Too stubborn. He worked hard for that princess. Oh gosh, he left a curse again. Ugh.
My hand can gain a duchy.
Dude, Shanahan can get a diadem and it will just be a province buy already.
Wait, really? Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Funny.
Duchy is not the easy choice, Apo. It's like the worst choice.
Oh. Bag of gold would maybe...
No, because bag gold would be better. You would still get the duchy.
A bag of gold sure is a fun card.
Oh, no. Why did he...
Estate?
I do like the estate, but I think I would rather have the province. Good thing Dan has a curse in his hand.
Good thing. Clean shuffle.
Dan, panic buy estates. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
Could be happening.
No, he's not going to panic buy estates, but it's like... The Night Watchman only works if you have like
just shuffled 2 of his villages out.
If you have like some good cards in your deck, you know. This is one of these
Whoa.
sift into more junk. Discard, you know,
No.
seller junk into junk. It's like double estate, man. Double estate. Oh gosh, if he finds that followers soon.
He's gonna find it with the vassal.
Yeah, I would. If the vassal hits followers, technically, no. Dan triggered the shuffle with that stuff out. I was gonna say that technically Dan could win here, but I don't think he can get back to the princess.
But he's drawing well now.
Yeah, maybe Dan will hit 11 this time. You're right, Steph. You might want to do it anyway.
Where's yeah.
Can't bring himself. How many of the curses are in the trash? 6. Well, he did get to 8. So now just the estate finish doesn't work. Hero coppers. Can't really play Night Watchman.
Oh.
I credit Shanahan for staying in this one. I'm not sure.
Them.
I know
four...
many of our Quarantine Cup competitors would not have had the mental fortitude to stay in.
It's true with the workshop state finish. I'll keep the workshop, I think.
Yeah, there is a princess in there. But you don't know what Shanahan's doing. So it seems kind of scary, but what do I know? Because, like, I guess if Shanahan needs province, but yeah, Shanahan provinces, it's super terrifying.
Keeps that curse.
Oh, it didn't have the... Alright, so Dan just wins.
Oh, congrats to Dan.
Good job, Dan. GG's. You fought in a lot of Quarantine Cups and you finally came out on top.
He's played well a lot.
Excellent work. Well, sure, he's one of the all-time greats.
Sure, he was kind of my role model when I started playing.
Well, don't do that. He clicks too much. You'll injure your hands.
It was just sort of on the top.
You don't want to develop repetitive stress injuries.
Already a pretty big fidgeter.
All right, so congrats to Dan and Shanahan on second place, and our third place finishers, Sammy and Syrian Spear. Thank you as always, everybody who came out and played. It doesn't work unless we have participants. We had a good number this week, and thank you so much, Lemonspawn, for talking with me.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
We will catch you all later.